Alright, so we are going to do 3 practice problems illustrating practicing 3-digit by 2-digit multiplication. Alright, so we are going to, for our first practice problem, number 1, we are going to do 687 times 74. Okay. Now, a couple of things to keep in mind. One is I'm not going to do the expanded form on this, but I do want to talk about it for just a second. So, just as a reminder, this is a 7, obviously, and this 8 is an 80 because it's in the tens place, and this 6 is 600. So as I'm multiplying this out, and this really, for our first number that we're multiplying, that's pretty easy. But when we get to this second number and we're multiplying by 7, you have to keep in mind that we're actually multiplying by 70. And that's why we put our placeholder down here. So we'll hit that again whenever we get to that point. Alright, so I'm actually going to use a couple of different colors here because I want you to see the different partial products before we get to our final product. So we're going to start with multiplying 4 by 7, which gives us 28, carry our 2. And then we're going to do 4 times 8, which gives us 32, plus my 2 that carried up here is going to give me 34, carry my 3. And then 4 times 6 is 24, plus that 3 I carried is 27. Now this is my first partial product. Slide over just a bit. It's my first partial product. Now if I were to multiply 687 times 4, which with the glare on it you can't really see, but if I was to multiply 687 by 4, that is what I would get. I would get this partial product. Alright. Okay. That glare is going to bother me, but we're just going to have to deal with it. Let's see if I can... Oh yes, that is so much better. Okay, let's switch and let's do blue. I like blue. Forgot my last arrow here. My arrows are going to get a little messy, but that's okay. Alright, so now we're multiplying by our 7, but remember, it's not a 7, it's actually 70, because it's in the tens place. So I'm going to circle my 4, just as a reminder that this is 70, and I'm going to put my placeholder down here, because since I'm multiplying by 70, and there's a 0 in the ones place, then there can't be anything in the ones place here. Alright. If it helps you to mark out your remainders from your first set of multiplication, from your first partial product, go ahead and do that. Just do one line through them. Don't erase them. Leave them because, especially if you make an error, you want to be able to see your process. So just draw a line through them. Alright, then we're going to do 7 times 7, which is 49. Carry my 4. 7 times 8 is 56, plus 4, 60, carry my 6. 7 times 6, 42, plus 6 is 48. So, once again, looking at our second partial product, if I were to multiply 687 times 70, this is what I would get. And so it just shows you, if we expanded the 74 to 70 and 4, what those two partial products would be. I'm going to see if I can do this without taking anything off the screen. Then I'm going to go ahead and finish it up. I think I'm going to use green. I'm a little bit concerned about how well it's going to show up, so we'll try it. That's not too bad. So 8 plus 0 is 8. 4 plus 3, excuse me, 4 plus 9 is 13, getting a little bit ahead of myself. 7 plus 0 is 7, plus the 1 that I just carried gives me 8. 2 plus 8 is 10, carry my 1. And 1 plus 4 is 5. So I end up with 50,838. Alright, we're going to do another one. So hopefully you got all that down. If you didn't, just hit pause, and I will hope that you've already hit pause because I'm going to erase. Okay. For our next one, let's do 549 times 83. And yes, I'm just making these numbers up and pulling them out of the air. So, okay, 549 times 83. And I'm going to use my multicolors again just to help us see those partial products. So I'm going to start out multiplying my 3 times my first 3. So 3 times 9 gives me 27. Carry my 2. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 is 14. Carry my 1. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 1 gives me 16. So this is my first partial product. And I'm going to go ahead and put a line through these just so they don't confuse me. Even though they're in red and I'm using blue now, shouldn't be that confusing, but you never know. Okay. Alright, 8 times 9, 72. Carry my 7. 8 times 4, 32, plus 7 is 39. 8 times 5 is 40, plus 3 is 43. And I didn't put my placeholder here, but you know what? I started out in the right spot, so what are you going to do? So there's my second partial product. Now I didn't circle my 3 this time, but if that's something that helps you, I know a lot of students will mark out the 3. I don't like marking out the 3. I would much rather circle it because it helps me remember that I'm multiplying by 80 and to put my placeholder. Alright, let's finish it up. 7 plus 0 is 7, 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 plus 9, 15, carry my 1, 1 plus 1 plus 3 is 5, and 4. So I get 45,567. Okay, let's do one more. And since this is our last one, and it's number 3, let's do 369 times 36. A lot of 3's in there. Alright, so 6 times 9 is 54. Carry my 5. Now, I'm taking the training wheels off a little bit. I'm only going to use my black marker this time. Okay? So, if you get a little bit confused, just back up to problems 1 and 2, and those are color-coded so you can see them a little easier. Alright? 6 times 6, 36, plus 5 gives me 41. 3 times 6 is 18, plus 2 is 22. 3 times 9 is 27, carry my 2. 3 times 6 is 18, plus 2 is 20. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 2 is 11. 4 plus 0 is 4. 1 plus 7 is 8. 2 plus 0 is 2. 2 plus 3 is 3. And my 1 is all by himself. So there is my final answer.